Yang gang, yeah, yeah. Yang gang, 2020. Yang gang, 2020. Yang gang, 2020. Yang gang, yeah. I want 1,000 a month, 1,000 a month. I want 1,000 a month, 1,000 a month. Let's get this bread. Freedom.
You guys heard what happened to the president?
Yes.
Ron, I don't know if you're shaking your head or not. You're just gonna be a hat for the rest of my YouTube series existence. You're just a hat.
There is.
No, don't get in video now. Get back down. I need the hat.
You need the hat. All right, the hat. All right.
You're just the hat. Yeah.
What
So
are we
anyway,
talking about? There's something that happens with him every 5 minutes.
okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I know, the little bit that I know, right, about two situations. Now, as we discuss this, we need to make sure we're being clear on the two different discussions that's happening, right? So I can go ahead and lay my position out first on the two different situations. The one situation is Donald Trump and Czechoslovakia.
Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah. You know, all you white people look alike. No, so right. So Ukraine and Donald Trump and that whole thing. And then there's the second situation. They're related. They don't really overlap. And that's Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, right? Dealing with, like, putting Hunter Biden, who's clearly unqualified, in that whole thing, right? So my opinion, just in the shortest way possible, is both of them is wrong for doing what they did, right?
Yep.
Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and everything that involves, because you're not going to put somebody on the board and there's not a reason for it. I'm not going to put, I used to run a landscaping company. I'm not going to put a moron behind the stick of a big machine if he don't know what he's doing. That's what they did, Joe Biden did. And they did it for political reasons, for political gain, which is fine, and I get that. It's not fine. It's wrong as shit, and everybody should go to jail because they all got billions of dollars. It ain't gonna work for them anyway. But so there's that. And then Donald Trump clearly broke the law, and I think that it is in House of Representatives' obligation to impeach the president. He needs to be impeached, and I could think of at least 30 other reasons to impeach him. Because when you're looking at impeachment, it doesn't matter what you've done good. Just like when I'm sitting in front of the judge to determine how much time I'm gonna get, it doesn't matter that I have a kid or that I have bills to pay or that my wife is about, none of that shit matters. None of the good shit going on matters. But when it comes to the federal government, I feel the exact same way. But we know that money rules everything around me. So what do you guys think? What's your take on this Ukrainian deal?
Well, first off, I'm really happy to hear someone say that they think Biden needs to be prosecuted also. Secondly, with the president, I think we just need to start with all of the research, finding everything out first. I understand everybody's take on it, but we need to start with just the research before we go right into impeachment. If it actually does come out that he actually did do what said is being done, then sure, let's go ahead and do it. I'm afraid, though, that the Senate's not actually going to do it because it is a Republican-held Senate.
Well, there's two parts to an impeachment hearing. Well, to an impeachment. And technically only one part, and it's in the House of Representatives. Impeachment happens in the House of Representatives, period.
Okay.
Right? And then it goes over to the Senate, and then the Senate, they have another process that's similar to impeachment. but it's called something else. I can't think of the name of it. Right?
Right.
That follows an impeachment, and they may or may not. On TYT today, they was just talking about there's 30 Republicans who have already said that they would impeach him. 30 Republicans, along with all the Democrats, is enough to get him the fuck out of there.
That would be a super majority, yes. But they also said it was 30 Republicans if it was a private voting.
Right.
So if it's not a private voting, if it's a public vote, which I have a feeling it will be, they probably won't.
Of course it's going to be a public vote because Mitch McConnell, right?
Yes. Right.
So, hey,
By the way, I just want to say on the Biden thing, like, to be fair, okay? If there is anything found illegal, like, I have no problem prosecuting Biden at all. If there's found anything found illegal. The problem is,
how long have we been here?
there has been no evidence to show that there's anything illegal. So,
well,
okay, first of all, I don't think the president should be able to slander a citizen. And whatever you think about Biden, and it's fine when it comes to Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, not be slandered by the president without any kind of evidence.
well, how was he slandered, though? I mean, accusing somebody of a crime ain't the same thing as slandering them.
Let's hang tight for a little bit longer.
Okay. Hunter Biden works in a field where he's basically going into a different country, and because of his ties, he gets a position so as to bring them the influence that they need. He's good at his job because of who he is. All right? But that's a private citizen. The president should not be attacking a private citizen.
How is he attacking him? I mean, if
He
he's
basically
doing
threw him under
something
the
illegal,
bus.
He's sending the attorney general to the freaking president of the Ukraine and telling him to investigate a private citizen.
but that's not the same as attacking a private citizen. I got enough felonies. You can look at my record, and it'll let you know what attacking is.
I got felonies too, brother.
So no, but seriously though, if he, so I agree.
What did Hunter Biden do that you're against? Anybody. What did Hunter Biden do that you are against, that you think is criminal?
I think him getting money for being on an energy businesses board with no experience, with nothing, like there was no reason for him to be on that board except for his connections. Him being put on that board and being paid $50,000 a month, right? That's $600,000 a year for nothing, just to be there. That's
not a crime.
What do you mean?
It's not a crime.
When was the last time you got a job that you wasn't qualified for?
I would love for it to happen.
Me too. It's not gonna happen, and because it doesn't happen to most people, it's wrong as shit. Katie over there shaking her head. That's dear. What do you think?
It happens all the time. You can look at it as low as city politics. You can look at, Terry, let's imagine that Andrew Yang opens up shop here in Springfield for his campaign. Say, oh, I know somebody that is involved in politics. Here, Katie, you can go work for Andrew Yang, and maybe it's a job I've never done, but maybe it's a job that, I could probably learn on the job, or I know somebody that could advise me, or whatever. Like, your opinion that he can't do the job may or may not be true. But it's completely irrelevant in the society we live in any society. A lot of what you get as far as your privilege and your position and your jobs and your whatever comes from networking and knowing, having,
wrong, right? Okay, we're not saying it's not wrong. We're just saying it's not criminal.
Right.
Right. I actually have a point on this. When they're saying that people get jobs that they're not qualified for. I'm running for public office and I don't have a college degree. I don't have a degree in politics, but I'm still running and I still have that right to run. So if I were to get that position, if I get elected next year, am I breaking the law because I don't have a degree?
No.
I mean,
Elected positions are different than hired positions. You can't compare the two.
Right.
It doesn't matter. If I'm hiring, I'm a private company and I'm hiring somebody. That's up to me to decide whether they're qualified or not. It's not up to the general public to decide.
Okay, so
Whether
that may be true, but check this out though. How about this though? So the fact that it's something that happens regularly, right? Because it happens regularly, right? Does that make it wrong or not? Because I would say, I would argue, the reason I ask is I would argue with that, the fact that what Donald Trump did in that phone call, because I read the transcript, what he did happens regularly. Hey, I need you to do me a favor. I've got this money that you need. That shit happens.
That's a hit job, political hit job.
It happens.
Benefit.
So yes, in the private world it happens. It is not supposed to happen in government.
But you're right. But here's the thing is, it doesn't have to be that way. Like
it's criminal, though, Harry. It is laws he broke. He broke laws. It is criminal.
Who?
Trump.
I'm talking about Hunter Biden.
Bribery, right? So that's illegal. It's illegal. He's getting donations from a foreign government. That's illegal.
Right.
Those things are self-evident. The phone call itself shows both of those to have happened.
Right. No. I agree with you 100% that the actions, but the things that Hunter Biden did, whether legal or not, the question is, was it right?
No, it's wrong. It doesn't matter.
I don't have those conversations.
You don't have conversations
about what private entities should do, or like what Ron said, it's a private company. If they want to hire some shitbag on some, possible idea that they might get preferential treatment by the vice president, who knows if that's what their goal was? So long as there's no evidence that happened, there was no wrongdoing. And when we're looking at government officials, that's all we can do. That's all we can do is say, is it illegal? Was it unethical enough to impeach or whatever? But I don't know. I don't think it's worth time investigating or freaking out about Hunter Biden.
So does it make a difference, Terry, that the prosecutor that Biden removed was slow walking the case against the company that Hunter Biden was with?
Wait. I'm gonna need you to repeat that, because as soon as you said prosecutor, is it right that the prosecutor, my immediate reaction was no, right? Because I have this disdain for prosecutors, so I'm gonna need you to repeat that so I can make it past that part real quick.
I hear you. Okay, so is it all right that, if you take the situation, what happened was Joe Biden went in and he told the Ukraine they had to remove this particular prosecutor because he was corrupt, and that particular prosecutor was slow walking the case that Hunter Biden's company was under. So it benefited, it did the exact opposite of benefiting Hunter Biden. It actually caused a less corrupt prosecutor to come into power, and he didn't slow walk it any longer. He actually looked at it. So it did the exact opposite.
Well, I don't know if that's, I don't know, because I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. However, what I will say is, if he was there for more than a month, he benefited. $50,000 a month, man. You know what I would do with $50,000 a month? Better question. You know what I would do with $1,000 a month?
What's up with that? Ivanka Trump the exact same thing in China just last year.
Right. Because it's something that they all do.
Well, no, but it's not the same thing in that you don't have Trump going into China and attacking a prosecutor who is slow walking a case against her company, because he wouldn't do that. He would let that prosecutor keep slow walking the case.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. So they've started the impeachment inquiry. Will the House impeach him?
Yes.
What do you think, Ron?
Man, I don't know if they're going to do it before 2020. I think that if he gets reelected, I'm sure he will. But I'm not sure that the process won't be so slow that there isn't an impeachment before November of next year.
Nah, they will. They had meetings the day that Pelosi announced it. They had a meeting the next day. They had already started the investigation process. They've already called people in to testify. Like, they've already been doing the whole impeachment process without calling it impeachment. They have lots of information. My understanding from what Maxine Waters said was, yeah, we want to get this done like ASAP. So I assume it's 6-8 weeks.
Let me ask a question to the rest of the panel really quick. Do you think they're wanting to go so quickly because they're scared about November 2020?
They should be terrified about November 2020, not because he's going to win, but because he said he'd hack the election. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Yes, they need to remove him, and they need to change the election process. And there's been bills that the House has sent to the Senate to protect the election process that Mitch McConnell won't bring to the floor. And the reason Mitch McConnell says he won't bring it to the floor is because he says Trump won't sign it, so why would he bother? So take care of all of that.
Makes sense.